potato. This hand is the steering. And the response was, I don't understand what do you mean? And he said, well, how did you create this sculpture out of rock? And Michelangelo's answer was, David was always in the rock, I just pulled him out. You have to imagine that football is going to be in there. So for me, I find a lot of times it's easier to take these corners out of the way first. Okay, so we have a nice squared off piece. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the knife, we're going to start at the center of our tourne. Forget about the center of the potato, we want to think of where the tourne is going to be. So we're going to start at the center of the tourne, you're going to take that knife, you're going to start up, and you're going to come up and over, up and over. That's the cut, but it's all done in your hand. So it's all like a little twisting motion. So you start up, and you push through, and you come down. One nice clean cut. See that? Nice and smooth. Then go to the other corner and repeat the process. You start facing up. The thumb is driving the potato through. The thumb is pushing through. Okay? Up and over. So now you have this little flat side. Don't worry about it yet. Go to the other big corners. Let's get that out of the way. Up and over. Okay? So 1, 2, 3. Now we hit the last corner. Start in the middle. Up and over. Okay? So now we have our basic shape. We just have to get it refined down a little bit more. So we have this flat side here, this flat side here. Now it's time to attack the flat sides. Up and over. Up and over. Now you have your obscure looking football, nice clean straight sides. Okay? What I mean by straight sides is you don't do this. Stop, 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 stop. Commit to the cut. Good, bad, or otherwise, commit. At this point now, we don't want to cut off as much potato. All right, at this point now, we don't want to cut off as much potato. We want to shave it down. We want to cut smaller amounts off, okay? We also want to rotate the potato every 2 or 3 cuts, and I'm going to show you what that means. So you're going to take it, choke up on the blade, small cut, 1, 2, 3, okay? Now you rotate the potato 180 degrees, and you repeat the process, all right? But what we start looking for now is shape. So if you see here, nice even rows, boom, 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 then you get this huge, humongous flat side, right? And then you go back into nice even rows. So what does that mean? That means we have to shorten the flat side. We have to bring the flat side in. So instead of following that same cut that we have here, we have to change the angle slightly. When we change the angle slightly, we cut into that side, all right? When we do it on the opposite side, changing the angle slightly, we cut into that side. Now this is shorter. And we just keep repeating that process. And rotate. You are going to be doing tournées every day for homework. So you're going to take potatoes home, and you're going to bring back tournées. We'll give you bags. Don't put them in water. Let them brown. Bring them back to me brown. I don't care if they're brown. What am I going to be looking for? Shape. This is your basic shape for what we call chateau. All right, there are 3 sizes. There's alevette, chateau, and fondant. Alevette is shorter. There's pictures of some noodle. Shorter and smaller. Alevettes are about 1 ounce each, half an ounce each. Chateaus are 1.5 to 2 ounces sometimes. And fondant are 3 ounces and larger. What's that? All out of potatoes, and you can serve them with anything. Fish, meat, whatever, depending on how you cook them. If we're doing like roast beef, you can roast them and get nice color on them. If you're doing a shallow poach, then you would simmer them gently and serve them nice and beautiful white. Okay, so it all depends on what you're serving it with. And why would you have different sizes? This size, you would give them 3 per plate. The fondant, you'd give them 1 per plate. And the chateau would normally get mixed into other ingredients, and it would just be part of a melange of different things. So you could do like broccoli and cauliflower and then a pomme fondant or the pomme chateau alevette, and you mix it all together and boom. Okay? It's all about quantity of starch on the plate and the cups. Your goal, your ultimate goal, is to be able to pull one of these off every 28 seconds. A month and a half from now, you'll be pulling one of these off every 28 seconds. That's your goal. Right now, your goal is to get a nice consistent shape. Okay? Questions? Not today. Tonight for homework. Where do you go if you struggle with this? Learning Strategy Center. Okay? Find somebody who's good at it. You can do these in your dorm room. You can do them in the common areas. All right, you don't need anything. All you need is your peeler, your paring knife. Now, some people are going to say get a bird's beak, a Tourne knife, right? Some people like them. I don't see the necessity of first spending $7. However, you may find that you do end up borrowing somebody's, and like say you like it, that's fine. I'm not going to say that you have to do it with a paring knife, but I am showing you that this is a school issue paring knife, and you have no problems getting a Tourne out of it. Okay? The key is it's got to be sharp. If it's not sharp, you're always going to struggle. Okay? Questions? Which part? It doesn't cut in. The only time it cuts in is when you get them sharpened professionally, and it just kind of scrapes the skin a little bit. But your knives now, especially most of your French knives, are dull. Your paring knives are getting there rapidly. So it just doesn't. I don't have any special skin. You can see it like starts to scrape. That's it. That's why I know that some people are more comfortable out here because they're more afraid of that. You can definitely do it out there. No, you don't. You'll slow down when you get to that point. Most of the time, just by pushing straight pressure on it, you won't cut yourself. The minute, and I'm not going to do it, so I'll cut myself. The minute you move the knife forward or back, you'll pierce the skin. All right, but with this, and this is the point that you want to be at. You want to be shaving it off. And think about shaving. Think about the word shaving. All of you, well, I would say 95 to 90% of you shave in one way, shape, or form or another. And when you shave, you follow the contours. You don't cut straight through. If you do, you would have a lot less flesh. Okay? So think about it. We've created the contour, now we follow the contour. Okay, so this is the driving force, the thumb is the driving force. It's like squeezing a pair of tongs. Okay? Same motion. Same motion. When you feel that you're having trouble. When you're struggling them, hone them. When you're really struggling, sharpen them. Okay? And you come to me for potatoes. You don't buy potatoes. Even on the days off. If you want to practice these on your days off, you come stop in and you get potatoes from me.
On lecture day, you said you'd be early?
Yeah, on lecture days, I come in early and we have a good 2 hours before lecture starts normally, or at least an hour, hour and a half, that we can practice things like this. You can practice your knife trays, practice soups if you struggle with a soup, something like that. As long as I know ahead of time. Don't walk in on a Monday at like 7 o'clock and go, hey, I want to do consomme. It ain't gonna work. Okay? So here's where we're at. How long does the soup take to cook? 45 minutes. You have beans or done? That was about 45 minutes to an hour too. So you got 45 minutes to an hour.